I'm Bill Little, and this is my wife Jackie. We just have a small cow-calf operation. We go by our farm name's Black Walnut Angus. We try to keep about 200 brood cows and sell all of our calves through the VQA, our steers, and a few of our heifers. We background some heifers and stuff like that. I work on the farm, she works off the farm, helps me when her day's off. It's kind of a one-man operation most of the time. I have a boy that helps me a little bit, but anyway, we're just a small-time cattle farmers, all we are. Anyway, spread out. We live in West Jefferson and farm here in Sugar Grove and Grant and back that way. We started out kind of the registered business. We've done some embryo work. We've done a lot of AI back years ago, and used to sell through the Angus Association a few calves. We've done some test station bulls through the years. Basically now we just strictly use bulls. We try to buy what I think's a good bull. I won't put "we" in there, but anyway, and I shop for bulls. Bulls I feel like is a very important part of my operation. We still sell some heifers. We background some heifers, and we keep a lot of times maybe 50 heifers or so out, and then somebody comes along and wanting some heifers, we'll sell them. If they don't, we'll put them back in the herd. We buy very few cattle now to bring in. We raise everything and just try to keep our best and hope it all turns out anyway. So Jackie does all the paperwork and trying to keep it all straight, and we try to tag our cows, everything the day it's born. We use a year number and a calf number, and that way the heifers are kept. I can walk out here in the field and tell how old this cow is or whatever. Those calves, we take them, like I say, cut them out for the VQA and all that and re-tag them. If something happens, we don't sell them. We give them back their old number and double tag everything in case something loses it, so we don't have to go back for that anyway. The base of our herd kind of came from the Sitz herd in Montana. We went on a trip out there and seen their cows and their bulls and toured around with Jim Sitz a little, and I was so impressed with those cattle. I came home and I said, my cows will be Sitz cows from now on. And we've used a lot of them through the years. We've kind of backed away from it now, but the base of this herd's Sitz herds, and anyway, but we still use a lot of Western bred bulls. I think those people in the West, that's how they make their living, off of their cattle, and it's hard to beat their cattle in my opinion. So anyway, and that's why I enjoy going on the trips to see these cattle out there and find out what genetics they're using anyway. I did mention we have a spring calving season and a fall. One reason we like to do that, we take our heaviest calves and sell them in, say, like the first sale, and then we just keep weaning up. And then by that time we're ready for the fall calves to go on to the VQA sale. It's worked real good for us. My spring calves, we start March 15th, breed for 90 days. Our fall calves, we start September and try to be done by Thanksgiving. We don't want any calves born in the winter because I'm too far from them. We do the same with our fall calves, sell them in those sales too, and we just hope we don't have nothing left over much anyway, for stragglers anyway, but you always got stragglers. I don't care how hard you try.
In our vaccination program, we do this twice a year to all cattle and everything on the farm. They get the respiratory vaccines, they get the 7-way vaccines, selenium, pour-on wormer, and they may get injectable wormer if we feel like they need that. But we do that twice a year to everything on the farm. As far as the VQA program, we do follow the vaccinations for those calves that are going there. They are pre-weaned in 45 days minimum, and lots of times much longer than that. They know how to drink out of a waterer, they know how to drink out of the creek, they know how to eat out of a trough. All those things are done per protocol. But that's our main vaccination program. Of course, any time that we feel like, we also use pink eye in the spring to try to help with that, which has been unreal this year. But anyway, that's what we do. As far as we try to keep everything healthy so that we don't have a problem. We just feel like vaccines are certainly worth all they cost.
The thing about, we try to use minerals. We're trying some new minerals. This mineral has got garlic in it. The mineral also has Tasco in it and Remensin. We've been told that Remensin helps cows milk, does wonders for their urinary tract. It's kind of a new thing. We'll see if it works. In the past, we've used this high mag minerals with fly control. But we're trying this, and at this point, we think maybe it is working. It's one of those things that's hard to measure. When we wean calves off of this farm, I usually just put the calves in this pasture right here, fence line wean, in other words. I'm really a believer in that. I think it makes a lots of difference. As far as our calves in here, we do hand crep feed some, not a lot, but anyway, I like to have those calves already eaten before they ever leave their mamas. Anyway, they know how to eat, and it just makes it easier on them when they are weaned because they already know how to eat. As far as those calves on other farms, a lot of them have to go to a lot because maybe I ain't got as good a fence there as I have your place here next to these calves. But anyway,
What kind of feed do you use?
we use a Southern States feed. It's a commodity blend feed. Like I say, I hand feed. I don't know. That way I just feel like you know how much they're eating. You kind of get an idea how many's going to feed because you can kind of watch them and check eyes and stuff like that better in the summer. And just it's a little more work, but it's, I guess, just something I like to do. I like to look at those calves and know they're eating and watch them eat a little bit. And anyway, and it makes them a lot easier to handle the rest of their lives. If you keep those heifers and you've hand fed them, when they hear that truck or buggy coming, those heifers, you can call them at 12 o'clock of a day and they will come to you to eat because I take them a bag of feed when I go check them. And it just makes life a lot easier through the years, in my opinion, anyway. There's not as far as rotating cows, we are fenced off and can do that, and I do that, but it's not a certain way I do it. I just kind of go when the grass is short. Part of it's weather. If it gets real hot, there's not as much shade over in one field here as there is in others, and I try to work it so when it gets real hot, these cattle can get back here where they can get in the woods. It all depends on weather and grass, basically, how I do my rotation anyway, and just, it's all done by sight and the weather. Anyway, as far as fertilization, we haven't used commercial fertilizer on this farm in 6 years. We use poultry litter. We use a lot of poultry litter on our hay land, on our pasture land. I'm a believer in poultry litter. That poultry litter, it lasts, and to me that is a big thing. It'll kind of lay here, and when rain comes, you've got grass again real quick because you do it. As far as our feed, we put up a lot of dry hay. We have started doing some wrapping this year. This is our first year. I don't know much about it. It's just an experiment. We'll see what we're doing, right or wrong anyway, but we've done about 500, wrapped about 500 on this farm, and so we'll just feed it and see what happens. We are going to make some more dry hay, hopefully, see, so we'll have some in case I didn't do something right anyway. But as far as the poultry litter, we've got more grass and more hay than we've ever had when I use commercial fertilizer. There's no doubt about it. Like I say, it just lasts. You put fertilizer out, 60 days, you get growth. you put poultry litter out, and next May you'll know where you spread it if it was that poor ground. It lasts anyway. So we're really sold on it, and we have to have it trucked in from North Carolina. It comes from the Wilkes County area, Yadkin County area, and it's pretty expensive to have it trucked up here. We have our own truck to spread it with, but we still get by for half what we did in commercial fertilizer and making more grass and more hay.
Well, as far as marketing our cattle, we do use all the sales for the VQA sale, which we have certainly appreciated their work in doing this. We have certainly felt like it has worked for us, and we try to have with our 2 calving seasons calves and all the sales. So, and that's really worked for us. The other thing we do sell private treaty heifers. We sell open heifers, and we sell bred heifers. This year we feel like we've been really fortunate. We saved back 37 heifers to breed for our breeding purposes, and we had someone come looking for heifers, and they happened to take them all, and that was Madison Bumgarner. Some of you will know who that is, some won't, but he took all of our heifers this time, and now we're retaining them again. So anyway, that's basically what we do. Occasionally we sell a bull here or there, and then other than that, mainly just market the cull cows and market the VQA sale and some open heifers and bred heifers. One of the things that Bill and I do quite often is we try to take trips to different areas. We go on different tours, cattle tours. We go with the Angus Association, we go with some of the extensions, and we just learn things from each and every farm that we ever go to. You may not realize you've learned that at the moment, but you take it home and you think, oh yeah, they did this. So you can maybe do that too, or an easier way to do something. The other thing is we do utilize extension. We've utilized soil and water. They're there to help you. And when you have a question, go ask, or have them come to your farm. They'll be glad to come and help you make your operation successful. And then lastly, take care of your customers. Treat them fairly, be fair to them, and they'll be fair to you. And just take care of your customers, because they're the ones that give you your money, and that's your livelihood.